but
Nah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. It'll be good.
Alright, well, this is Oneshot. Essentially, the main story of this is just you're supposed to guide this main character named Nico throughout this world, and you're supposed to restore this world's sun. And, well, I guess I'll be explaining more of it as it goes through. But for now, they've just woken up in the bed, and I guess whenever everybody's ready, we can start it.
All right, and the restreamer is ready, so you can start whenever. Just count them down.
All right, I'm gonna do a from 5 countdown. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Race hype. First race of the marathon.
All right, so the first thing they're gonna do is they're gonna get out of the bed. They're gonna go and grab a branch for a little bit later on, and then they're gonna pick up this TV remote, and they're gonna shine in the light and be able to see that there's only 4 numbers on the remote, and they're gonna have to input those 4 numbers into the computer. Actually, those are some decent codes. Like, you want any numbers that are like extremely high or extremely low, just because you can scroll up or down really quickly. And so they're gonna open up the door, and they're gonna head over to this fridge, get a bottle of alcohol, and then dose it on that branch from earlier. And they're gonna put it in the TV, make a spark, and then use that spark to put it in the fire. And then that fire is going to light up a key in the ground, and then they're going to use that key to unlock the basement door, and then they're going to go and grab the sun of this world. So there's going to be a lot that's going on at, like, just throughout the run. So I will try to explain everything as quickly as I possibly can, but it may seem kind of confusing for a bit until it actually happens. So as you can see, the sun is a light bulb for this world, and they're going to just carry it around the entire time, except for one small portion of the game. So now they have to bring back this light bulb back into that main room, and they're going to use it to unlock this door all the way on the left. And with that, they enter the first true area of the game, which is the Barrens. Just have to wait for this like quick little cutscene to go through. And then they're going to go immediately up in order to unlock a fast travel point, which they will be using like soon. But it's mainly just to unlock it for now, just because it's a bit faster. And now they need to go and talk to a robot named ProfitBot, who is going to explain our situation in this world. Or at least Nico's. But the trippy thing about this game is that it knows you exist, so it actually, you actually talk to the main character Nico, and Nico talks back to you. And it's nothing like off script, but it's still a pretty interesting concept for this game. And oh, sweet pancakes, Laurie accidentally tried to accept a different dialogue option. Just waste a little bit of time, it's not that big a deal. But then they're going to go and fast travel to the place that they unlocked, and then go to sleep, which actually crashes the game. And then when you restart the game, Nico wakes up after seemingly a dream, and then have a little bit of back and forth discussion about the dream and about our world. And then they're going to go and pick up this metal pipe. And traveling back to the outpost with ProfitBot, they're going to carry the metal pipe into this kind of old abandoned factory. And they're going to use this crushing machine over to the side that will create a crowbar when the metal pipe is crushed. And that crowbar is actually going to be very useful for a lot of the Barrens. And then they're going to be starting something called SFT, or Super Fast Travel, in which you enter a location and then do a fast travel away from that location and then fast travel back to it, which actually puts you at a location further than where you entered. And now they're going to go over to this lookout point, and they're going to talk to Silver for the first time, who is pretty important for the story, although we're kind of skipping over most of the story. And they're going to go and get the screwdriver from her shelf. And then they're going to go and enter the mines, which we can't actually unlock unless we have Silver, so it's a good thing to just talk to her before. And then they're going to pick up this camera in the mines and then just look over the edge just to like progress the story a little bit more. Yeah, looking over the edge isn't really acknowledged further in this type of run, only in the more like post-game Solstice kind of run. But anyways, now that they have all of the items that they need for fixing a generator over here, they're going to unlock the camera in order to get a lens, and then they're going to put the lens in the broken battery that they just unlocked from that crate, and then they're going to charge the battery using the light bulb. And it charges really fast because it's this world's sun, so it kind of has to. So then they place the charged battery into this generator, and finally this place has power for now. Not a whole lot of power, but enough to make this computer work and all of the robots. And now comes one of the more trippy parts of the game, where the game actually puts a code inside your documents folder. And once you find that specific document, you can actually unlock the code that is used for the safe. And usually what you do is you just have it like already set up, so you don't have to like go searching around while you're like doing nothing in game. But Laurie's finished the code part, so now they have the gas mask, which is useful for going up to the north because there's all these like gas fields and they can't really breathe there. So by having the gas mask always equipped, then you can just go wherever you want. And so now there's all of these like boarded up doors, and by using the crowbar you can get through them. And through that you can get the sponge that's in that room and the rubber gloves, which is also just an automatically equipped item, just like the gas mask. So now that that sort of like mini area is done, next up is the dormitories, which also not going to be a place that we hang around for that long, but there is a syringe inside one of these buildings that is absolutely necessary in order to progress the story. So going to grab that and then just heading immediately east in order to get to fill the syringe and also a bottle that we collected earlier. So the syringe is going to be stuffed with all of this glue, this gooish kind of substance. And then we need to fill the bottle with smoke, but the gas fields all around this area are too big, except for this one up like north. So we use that one in order to fill the bottle with smoke, and then we combine the bottle with the syringe and do a bunch of just combining until we get the wet sponge. And this wet sponge is necessary in order to fix this robot, pronounced ROWBOT, because of course. And that's what allows him to be able to move, but he still has a problem where he can't actually figure out where he's going yet, so he needs a specific item in order to figure out where to go in order to get to the next location. And that item is actually held by Silver, so we have to go back there. And then she wants to play a little bit of a chess game. And then just a bunch of story stuff happens that is just mashed through here. But as soon as this is done, we now have the amber. And we can progress into the next area, which is going to be the Glen.
Do you have a moment for me to read a donation?
Yeah, this is probably a good spot.
Sweet. Awesome. So I have a donation of $1 from Dragulina, who says, I don't have much currently, but good luck to my two friends. That does not matter how much you donate. We super appreciate it, and I thought it might be good for for y'all to hear that. Good luck from your friend.
So actually, you might be able to get another donation in, because we have to wait for a bit of a cutscene.
I will use this time to remind everyone that the bid war for Oneshot is still going. There's not much time in this run, so if you want to do it, now's the time.
Yeah, you probably have maybe 15-ish minutes before time is going to be up, so...
15 minutes. Get them in.
At least assuming there's no soft lock that happens, which is... hopefully won't. I've only ever had it happen once, but it's not going to be up till later, so hopefully we won't have to worry about that.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope there's no soft locks. That's never fun.
Okay, so now we're in the Glen, and what we need to do is we need to go and find this guy's sister, because she's just randomly disappeared. So we go and look around in these kind of like mine-ish areas, and we go over to this very secluded spot, and we notice that there's like a bunch of vines around, so we can't really progress anywhere except to this one spot. And it turns out that there's actually somebody controlling all the vines. Their name is Maze. And Maze won't really be around for much of the run because they're dying, since the sun has been gone for so long, and she's kind of like a plant person, so she can't really function that well without the sun. So she just wants to feel its warmth one last time before she inevitably passes away. But with that, because we gave her the sun, she'll like allow a lot of the vines to disappear. So we're able to go into passages that we weren't able to before. Mainly one directly to the left here. And this is the first, I'd say, major puzzle of the game, at least walking puzzle, where you have to go in a specific pattern in order to create what I think is just a flower shape, but I don't know. But anyways, with that, we save that guy's sister, and now we take her along with us, and instead of just returning her immediately, we're actually going to take her kind of alongside us with this journey through the Glen. But now, in order to leave, we need to go through this specific gate, which the only way to get through it is to use a pen, but neither the Guardian nor you have a pen at this time, so we need to go do a bunch of side quests in order to get the pen as quickly as possible. So first we have to do this ram minigame, or I guess ram puzzle, whatever you want to call it. And there's a very quick way to get through this puzzle without getting really stuck and having to keep restarting. And there are the Baz. And with that, we get a piece of wool, which the wool by itself isn't really all that helpful, but we can use it to trade for a bottle of ink, which will help out quite a bit for a pen. So now we finally return Alula the Cow, and that will be a bunch of just dialogue while they explain like what's going on in the Glen, why it's all like dark and they have to put lights all around. But yeah, ever since the sun went away, every single area has been kind of worse off because of it. But people like these two are still trying to make it work. But now they get the feather, which we can actually use the feather as the pen if we use it alongside the bottle of ink. So now we pretty much have the pen completed, and all we need left is the sun. So we need to go back to Maze in order to get the sun. But the thing is, Maze is no longer there. we don't know specifically what happened, but it's a pretty large assumption what could have happened. But now we have the sun, and we can finally progress throughout the glen, and all we have to do left is go take a quick nap and then continue on to the next area. So we go and nap in this little tiny room over here, and then another game crash. Then more just small dialogue about what Nico's life was outside of this place. And now we finally go and give this Guardian the pen.